let's take this drive. Get up right, it's a brand new dawn. We're past the dawn, we're never alone. On this morning drive, faith is shown. Las Vegas rise, let your light be known. From the strip to the suburbs, we'll inspire with stories of hope that lift us higher. Motivational moments to fuel your fire. Get up right, let's aim even higher. Get up right, it's a brand new dawn. We're past the dawn, we're never.
All right, y'all, do me a favor. First of all, welcome to Get Up Right Morning Drive Devotional. I am your host, Dr. Don G. Burst. Check this out. Got to share this with you. Got to share this with you. We're coming up on a lot of holidays. Go ahead. That it's amazing how people look at you like you're the one tripping when they the one. I had the right of way. He knew I had the right of way. He got out in the middle of the street and waited until, you in a little bit of a hurry. You go ahead. So watch this. We're coming up on holidays that our attendance pre-COVID, majority of our churches are packed out, because those are the traditional 3 holidays that folk go to church. They don't go no other time, but they'll go those 3 days, those 3 special days. Now, post-COVID, after COVID has come and gone, and we're still living in that era, all of us are dealing with reduction in attendance. Now, some of y'all will paint a picture that you're doing phenomenal. You're doing, you've grown by leaps and bounds since COVID, or since you started a church, or you did all this stuff. That's your testimony. That's your testimony. To God be the glory. I'm happy for you. I know of a guy who's planted 2 churches post COVID because they so big. I mean, church is growing like crazy. To God be the glory. Bless your heart. But there's some of us that we're seeing gradual increase, and some of us aren't growing at all. Whatever the story may be. Whatever the story may be, whatever your situation may be. I talked about this some time ago, probably last year sometime. Quit treating people like you don't want them to be there. When you get visitors to come to your church, what's going to make them come back? Let me say it this way. You don't really honestly think they're going to come back, and you snobby and nasty. Your members, you as a pastor, you're not encouraging them to love on the people. You don't yield even yourself to shaking their hands after service, or inviting them up to shake their hand, or you going to them shaking their hand. I'm just here to tell you, man, I've seen every side of this coin, and I'm gonna just tell you what works for me. I can't tell you what's gonna work for you. I'm gonna tell you what works for me. Transparency, honesty works for me. It does. Transparency and honesty works for me. My folk know everything they need to know about me, and you heard what I said. What they need to know. You don't know all my personal business, but they know a great deal of it. They don't all know where I live at, but a pretty decent number of them do know where I live. They don't all know what my wife works at, but a great deal of them do. All right, list goes on and on and on. I'm simply saying is that because I'm transparent, I share with my people my highs and lows, and my tears and my celebrations, all those good things. That works for me. What also works for me is I spend a little time after service uh, in the sanctuary with them, i.e., uh, taking pictures with them, loving on them, giving them 5 minutes of your time, diligent. I mean, for real, letting them talk to you, share, answer a question or two. Uh, that works for me. I go out to eat with my folk uh, pretty regularly, and not just on Sundays. That works for me. It works for me. So what I want to say is, whatever works, let it work for you. But don't you dare try to fabricate something that's not you. Don't be fake about it. You hear me? Don't be fake. Don't be phony. Don't do that. If them folk that come to you, your church, make them feel at home. Make them feel comfortable. Make them welcome them. Because you know how many churches they pass to get to your church? You hear me? You know how many churches they pass? And then some of them didn't even have to leave the house. They could have turned the television on or the computer on. But they thought enough to come to your church. They thought enough to come and fellowship with you. Can you please make them feel welcome? Make them feel welcome. Now, this is what I'm going to say now to some of you pastors ain't going to go over too well. And let me tell you what it is. Whenever someone joins your church, whatever they did at their previous church, now some of you ain't gonna like this, don't qualify them to do that at the church in which you pastor. They may have been a deacon over at XYZ church. That don't make them a deacon at your church. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let them put in some work. Let them, so you can see their hearts, see their servanthood. Don't just give them a position because they were that someplace else, because that always backfires. Because they were, I recognize that's what you say you did or that's who you are, but that don't mean you gonna function in that capacity here. Okay? You'll save yourself some sleepless nights. You'll save yourself some frustration. Make that decision on your own. Okay? Now, if you made them comfortable, back to the visitors, if you made them comfortable when they came, they'll be back. Don't pressure people to join your church. Because if you pressure them to join the church, you just pressure them to join and possibly pressure them so much so they ain't coming back. And don't pressure people to perform. Invite people to come and serve. Don't compare your church to nobody else's. And here is my last piece. Again, Stan, we're probably not going to be too comfortable. You got to know when to say when. You got to know when to say when. There's nothing worse than a pastor to stay at a church longer than he ought to. That's horrible. You've been here 30, 40 years. And guess what? We haven't done much more than what we did from day one. Time to start looking into the situation a little more in depth. What is the problem that we can't grow? Why is it that we're not moving forward? What's the issue that people don't think enough of their own church? Watch this, to share with others to come to their church. Y'all, please stop thinking it's the pastor's job to go stand out in the corner and invite people to the church. No, ma'am. It's the pastor's job to be prepared to preach, teach, and pastor the people that you're witnessing to, because you're the one going out in the highway and the byways and compelling people to come to Christ. But now, at the same time, the preacher ought to have a testimony when he or she runs into people in their way, when they're moving around, that we do that naturally. We just invite people to our churches, but the preacher can't be the only one doing it. It's a primary responsibility of the members to be sharing Christ as it relates to joining your church. We're all responsible for sharing Christ across the board. Don't get it twisted. Don't try to get deep on me. But I think y'all get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So that's our daily devotional. That's our conversation for today. Peace.
Let your light be known.